Yay! Hey everyone! Welcome to Generation 6. My name is 16 Ramos. I'm a digital marketing strategist and I help people build their online businesses from home, find success, and live their best lives. Today we are going to talk about productivity. I know I'm tardy, first of all, for those of you who have been waiting for me since 5. You know what? I thought I could get away with something. I tried to run my backups and my sync program in the background while I did my live and ran my OBS at the same time, and I didn't get away with it. So I had to, you know what? Sometimes multitasking really isn't the best thing to do. But I tried to do it and I ended up just having a really slow computer and I had to restart and set things up all over again. So I really apologize if you've been waiting for me since 5, but I am here now nonetheless. And today we are going to talk about simplifying things. So it's really, really timely. It's a lesson that I still learn every single day because I take this journey with you guys as well. But earlier today, I posted something on my fan page and I asked everyone to be honest about how many tabs they have open right now. If you're using your desktop to view this broadcast, how many tabs do you have open right now? Or at any given time, how many apps do you have running in the background on your phone? If your answer is too many, then we're gonna have to simplify things. And I laugh at my fiance about this because he has like 70 to 75 tabs open all the time. He's watching right now. Hi, Monty. Hey, everyone who's tuning in with me. I'm gonna greet you in a bit, but I laugh at him all the time because he has like 75 tabs open on his browser. I'm like, how does he function? But you know, that's his personal workflow, and I'll get to that in a bit because sometimes it's necessary for you to have all of these tabs open. But also, there is a way to simplify things in a way that doesn't make you feel overwhelmed, and in a way that complements your personal workflow in an organized way, which makes it so easy for you to find things, find information, find tabs, websites, and open your accounts all in one place. How would you like that? I love that idea. So let's get into the 10 tools and apps you're going to need to streamline or to simplify your work from home life. There are so many apps out there that's going to help you out with this, but since I have been working remotely for almost a decade now, there are a lot of apps that I feel like are must-haves in your life depending on what you need. So I'm going to point out some problems that I've faced and that you might be facing in your work from home life, especially if you run a business or simply someone who works from home or works remotely. And then I'm going to give you recommendations of apps or tools that have helped me and have streamlined, made my life easier, right? So before I get into it, I want to say hi to all of my viewers. Muriel has the top fan badge. Hello, Muriel. Thanks for tuning in. Milana is tuning in with us. Hello, Milana. How are you? Jana is with us again. Hello, Jana, top fan. Muriel says, I definitely need this. So Muriel, get your notebook and your pen ready because you're going to need to write this down. Okay, and also, guys, if you're tuned in with me, give me some of the problems that you're facing while working from home, some of the problems that overwhelm you and make you feel disorganized, because let's tackle that today. I might be able to help with the apps that I've tried in the past. And maybe my recommendations will help solve your problems. Samalu is tuning in from Manila. Ziake is tuning in with us as well. Via is tuning in from Indonesia. Hi. Barbie is a top fan. Barbie has earned her top fan badge. Congratulations, Lailani, Crisel, Jezreel. Hello, Jez. Love the topic. Jez, have you got any problems about being organized and simplifying your work from home life? Throw them in the comments section because I am going to help you out with recommendations of apps. Hopefully these recommendations help you, right? Also, if you love this video, feel free to share this on your walls, in your chat groups, in your private Facebook training groups, if that's something you have, because anyone who needs this information will get to watch it if you do that. Also, for double exposure, tag them in the comments. So just in case they don't receive the notifications in your chat groups or in your training groups, then at least they're gonna get the notifications when you tag them. All right, so Hello. I think you meant to type hello, my love. Okay, Ruby is tuning in from Albay. All right, guys. So this is a lot of apps on this list, so I'm going to get into it. So first problem that I have encountered is where to put all of my files. One place to put all of my files so that I can easily share it with my team, so that I can easily share information with customers as well, because as you know, I run a product-based business. I also run an affiliate marketing business. So there's probably about 100 people that I'm talking to simultaneously, sending information, sending them to links. So I need both a place to hold my links so that I can have like these short links and they don't end up being this long string of links that I need to send to people. It just helps with the presentability of it all. But also one place where I have a like content hub that I could put all my files in. And so for the place where I put all my files in, Google Drive has been extremely reliable. So I actually did a broadcast about digital filing. It's called Digital Filing 101, how to create an effective and powerful digital I can't speak now. Digital filing system for you that works for you and your team. So if you want to watch the replay on that, just click the link above. But in there, I compared some storage platforms that will help you either back up your files or just to store important files that you need to share, such as downloads, PDFs, catalogs, price lists, even videos. So for me, I have two because this is my mantra with this. If you have two, you have one. If you have one, you have none. And this is a mantra that I say about backing up your files. If you only have one place to put your files in, and that place somehow there's something wrong happens with it, it crashes, breaks down, gets hacked, then you lose all of your files. There's no place to access those files anymore. So for me, it's important that not only do I have these files on my laptop, I also have them on at least two platforms. So for me, that's Google Drive and Dropbox. And if you want to learn the differences between the both of them, such as pricing, features, accessibility, then you can watch the replay. Click the link above. And then the other problem associated with this is whenever I try to share links from Google Drive, they're so long, they're so not pretty. And it just doesn't help with my branding. Every time I try to, before I found this one platform that helps me shorten links, because there's also some additional problems associated when you paste shortened links on Facebook. But it just ends up being this very, very long string of letters and symbols. And whenever I try to post that in my captions, it doesn't look nice. But also, when you start posting Google Drive links on your chat groups or your private Facebook groups or your fan page, somehow if you post enough of them or too much of them, Facebook blocks them. So it's not an accepted form of sharing somehow. So you have a limit as to how many of these links you can send. So there I tried Bitly links. So there are a lot of URL shortener platforms out there, but sometimes Facebook still has a hard time accepting them. I would post them about 5 times in a row and I would get blocked from posting them. So there are very few platforms that offer you shortened links, shortened URLs. So they take this long link that you have and turn it into something that's customizable and short and something that's safe to post on Facebook without you getting blocked. And my favorite platform for that is Rebrandly. So it's rebrand.ly. So rebrand.ly. It's like Bitly or Google URL, but with my experience at least, whenever, it doesn't matter how many times I paste these links from Rebrandly, I never get blocked. My links never get blocked. And also, when you go on rebrand.ly, there is a way for you to organize them in a way that is searchable and accessible. So you have little workspaces where you can save all of these links and access them. So I customize my links all the time. Other URL shortener platforms out there will require you to pay for this one feature, but I love Rebrandly for this because it's free. And I could customize all of the links, and I could put my branding in there, I could put my name in there, and I could customize it in a way that makes it easy for me to remember what the links are. So Rebrandly, I highly recommend if this is a problem for you, you just want, because sometimes I have my go-to links, like really popular files or tools that I use all the time, that I forward all the time, and sometimes these are videos, price lists, and catalogs. And I know several times in a day I would go to these links, and so Rebrandly is there so I could just quickly access them, copy and paste them into my messenger, and I never ever lose them. So never lose a link again. That's Rebrandly. So those are my recommendations if you have a problem with file sharing, file storing, and links. So thank you so much, Monty. Jez, I'm so happy. Nabutan ko na like, oh, no more replay today. I'm so happy, Jez. So thank goodness I was a little tardy, huh? Kathleen is a top fan. Oh my gosh, Kathleen. Congratulations on your top fan badge. Thanks so much for tuning in and always sharing my broadcast. Hello, Mom. Mom is tuning in. Irene is tuning in with us as well. Also a top fan. Malana says, yeah, me too. It tracks my files. That's why I trace and collect what's important. Okay, good. So those are two problems that I've tackled with 2 recommended apps. Next problem is marketing, messenger marketing. So I have talked a lot in the past about spear phishing, and I kind of updated that term now, and I turned it into messenger marketing just because I think that's what the cyberspace community has named it. This is when you use Facebook Messenger to reach out to your customers and offer your product or your service. And I promote that a lot because this is where your relationships get forged, and this is where your bond with your customers, that kind of intimate connection happens in messenger marketing. And so there are also other aspects of that, such as automating it. But one of the things that I have my affiliates start with is to practice their communication skills. And so I give out a lot of these scripts. And if you've been following me for a while, I love sending you guys free scripts, sales scripts, training scripts, scripts to get over objection. A lot of these scripts are really, really helpful for you to run your online business, especially if you're a solopreneur and you can't quite afford to set up your own chatbot just yet, which means you're going to be having to send these messages yourself, which that's, for a certain period of time is practical. If you do want to scale, you might want to automate some of these things. But if you are using Messenger a lot to send messages, send information out there, answer queries about your product or your service, if you're using it to train people and you're sending the same information over and over and over again, I know how it feels. You don't want to be typing all of that out manually all the time. So people have different ways to solve this. Often it's putting the scripts in their notes. I use Google Keep Notes for some of these, but for me, the most efficient way I access my scripts is through this app called Copied. So it's Copied, Copied. And don't worry about the links, you guys, because I'm going to publish a blog on 16ramos.com listing all of these apps for you so that you just have one place to find all of these. So don't worry about it. I'm going to update my caption after this broadcast to give you guys the full list. So Copied is like this built-in clipboard in your messenger or your keyboard on your phone, so that you don't have to get out of your messenger just to access your notes. So if you find yourself shifting from one app to another just to copy and paste your scripts or your information and then go back to Messenger to paste it, Copied solves that problem. You're no longer going to have to shift from one app to another. Your scripts are already built in to your keyboard. All you need to do is press one button. Now, I tried to demonstrate this on my phone, but for some reason, I think it's because of the updates that are going on in the background, I can't seem to get my phone mirroring app working today. But when you click on that link that I'm going to post in my captions today, you're going to see some screenshots on how it works. But you could also just go to copiedapp.com to download it and check out how it works. I have been using it for, oh my God, for I think 5 years now. And I recommend it to every single one of my affiliates who's training and answering inquiries through Messenger. And it's saved us so much energy and time where we could maybe be sending or talking to 20 people a day that turned into twice or 3 times that number, because it's just a lot more efficient and a lot faster when you don't have to shift from one app to another just to access the information or your copy pasted scripts, right? So that's Copied. I love this app. If you haven't been using this built-in clipboard yet, you've been missing out. Download that today. And it's also available on iOS and Android. That's the greatest part about it. So next problem is scheduling on Facebook or Instagram or on other platforms as well. So I have streamlined that for myself, and I pay for a service just because I have several groups, pages, and platforms that I manage. So for that, I use Later. It's both an app and a web platform. So it's Later. Later. You can also get it as an app. But if you want free and you're only on Facebook and Instagram, you won't have to pay for it. You only need to go to Creator Studio. So this only is accessible for people who have fan pages, by the way, because you're gonna need to connect your Instagram with your fan page. So Creator Studio is primarily a fan page feature. So you don't really need to get super duper active with your fan page, although I highly recommend it. If you only need the Creator Studio to schedule on Instagram as a free way to schedule it, then that's something that you can do. But if you have a fan page anyway, might as well be consistent with it, because like fan pages are also a way for people to do research on you on Facebook. So highly recommend. Creator Studio is both accessible on Facebook fan pages and as an app. So in Creator Studio, you can edit your content, you can schedule content for the future, you can add tags, you can add all of the metadata that's important for your content. And just recently, and I love this, and I wonder why they haven't done this before or done this earlier, but the Creator Studio app also allows you to create posts from it and schedule it from your phone. That used to be non-existent. You only used to be able to schedule posts from a laptop. So if you don't have a laptop, don't have a desktop, there's absolutely no way for you to schedule that on Facebook, schedule posts on Instagram and on Facebook for free, except for if you have a desktop. And now their mobile app, that's why I love it. I downloaded it again because I used to think it was so useless. Like, why would you have a Creator Studio app and not be able to schedule and create new posts from that app? But now they do have that feature, so I highly recommend it. If this is something that you want to simplify your life with, schedule for free Instagram and Facebook, try Creator Studio. But also, if you want to try Later, the free plan on Later allows you to have one account per platform. So if you only have one personal profile or one fan page on Facebook, one profile on Instagram, and one Twitter, I think there's also Pinterest in it and LinkedIn as well, then you can use Later under the free or the basic plan where you don't have to pay for anything. But the one limitation of it is you can't plug in multiple accounts under one platform. So if you want to schedule on a Facebook profile and a fan page at the same time, that's a limitation. You can't do that under the free plan. Also, you cannot schedule videos on Later. So that's one limitation. That's why I have Creator Studio as a recommendation. And then you just see for yourself what works for you. But those are my 2 recommendations if scheduling content is something that you want to simplify. Creator Studio via Facebook and Later as well. Now, we're really diving into content creation now because as marketers and entrepreneurs, especially if you're solopreneurs, you might be doing this all on your own. You might not have people creating content for you. So this is a big part of what we need to simplify a lot, right? And for me, one of the things that I really do and get active on is stories, Instagram stories and Facebook stories. So what I do is I shoot a lot of these long form videos on my phone and I end up editing them so that they could fit into Instagram stories and Facebook stories. So one of the limitations when you do that is that Facebook or Instagram cuts your videos into 15-second frames for Instagram and 20-second frames for Facebook. And sometimes your entire video, actually, if it's really long, your video ends up getting cut in half and the entire video doesn't get uploaded on your stories. And it's just really tiresome to go into a a video editing app on your phone and manually edit and cut your video just so it could fit. So that's something that we can simplify, right? Such a headache, I know. So for that, I have Cut Story. That's an app, and it's available on iOS and Android. So Cut Story, Cutstory, that's one word. And what this does is it automatically just batches. It cuts your video into whatever duration you need, or in whatever parts that you need to be cut it as. So if you need 15-second frames or 15-second videos out of a 2-minute video, Cut Story is going to do that for you automatically. So all you need to do is upload your video on the app and then just choose the duration, if you want 15-second bits or 20-second bits, or customize it however you want. And Cut Story does it for you. So it automatically saves the videos on your phone as 15-second segments, for example. So I really love that. It makes it so simple for me. I don't need to get into video editing apps just to do that manually myself. And once I have that, I can upload my 15-second video stories on Instagram. Just like that. It takes only a few seconds for Cut Story to do that too. So if you love just shooting videos of yourself talking, providing value through Facebook and Instagram stories, you don't want to start chopping it up by yourself manually, then Cut Story will be your new best friend. Next problem that we only have 4 apps here to talk about. I really love talking about this, guys. Actually, this is probably one of my most important broadcasts ever about productivity, because simplifying really is the best step towards productivity. If you're feeling like you're too cluttered, then that really messes up with your productivity. Let me just look at my viewers here, make sure I'm greeting you. Hi, G, Jane, Yusela Sayer. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I think your name is backwards. You might want to spell it out in its actual, your actual name so that I can read that properly. I hope you don't make fun of me. Hi, Ate Paula, watching from Sydney. Wow, people watching from all over the world today. April Ann is also tuning in with us, and Maria Teresa. Muriel says, been using SwiftKey since you mentioned it, and it had made my life so much easier. So guys, Muriel here talked about SwiftKey. SwiftKey is like Copied. It's a built-in clipboard for your phone. Now, Muriel, you might not know this, but Copied is also available on Android now. I used to really talk about SwiftKey a lot as an alternative to Copied because Android didn't have Copied for a long time. So you might want to try it out. But if you're already used to SwiftKey and it's really making your life easier, that's fine. Stick with it. Caroline has the top fan badge. Caroline MJ Justin, good morning. Good morning to you. All right, guys. So let's get into some more of these simplifying apps. So, oh my God. Okay. If you need like a little website to hold your links, your new updates, content, if you're on several platforms, if you have a YouTube account, if you have a blog, or if you have a Facebook private group, like a customer group, and you want to lead people to see all of this amazing content, but you only need one place for it, Milkshake. Milkshake is an app. It's not the milkshake drink, but Milkshake is an app that I'm super obsessed with. It's my latest obsession. And they create these really beautiful mini websites for you. I say mini websites, but it's really so powerful, it doesn't feel mini to me. So primarily, Milkshake was created for Instagram as like this bio website, because on Instagram you can only post one link at a time on your bio, and if you want to promote several pieces of content, you either have to go on to Linktree and present your links in a very basic, kind of straightforward way where it's just a list of links. And I kind of wanted just a prettier way to present my links, because I feel like I'm not capturing enough attention through the Linktree platform. So Milkshake, I just stumbled upon it by accident because I was doing research and I was like, is there a prettier way to do this? Is there a prettier way to present my links and make it feel like it's really professional and complete? So Milkshake was that saving grace for me. It's so nice. It's got lots of templates that you can work with, powerful customizing and editing options, and just a lot of features that will make this whole user experience of browsing through your mini website really, really powerful for your audience. So if you want to watch that replay, I actually have to add that replay link above. So I'm going to make a note here to make sure that you guys have that replay accessible through my captions up above. So if you want to watch my tutorial, I did a whole tutorial because I love it so much. If you missed it, then click the link above and watch it. Also, I actually sent my Inner Circle subscribers the link to all of my trainings. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter yet, please do so on 16ramos.com, because, not to brag, my newsletter is kind of awesome. So log in, actually don't log in, visit, because there's no login, but visit 16ramos.com and subscribe to my newsletter, because I give you guys a recap through my newsletter as well. So guys, Milkshake, if you want a really powerful place to hold all of your content, your links, your videos, your new training, whatever resources, Milkshake, really, really powerful app. Okay, so let's go now into this next problem, which is collaboration. Right, so if you have a team that you work with and you need one place to get updates, I actually have two apps in here that I would recommend. So if you need a place to collaborate, check on your projects, check on your to-do list, check on content that needs to be uploaded, then I recommend two apps for this: Trello, Trello, and Airtable. Like I said, guys, if you just tuned in with me, don't worry about these links. I'm gonna put up a blog post link up above to give you the full list of these recommendations. So the differences: Trello is like it's a collaboration platform, and the view is like a Kanban view where you have cards, kind of like index cards of all of your to-do projects, to-do lists. And to me, it's a really great way to just straightforward, what are my tasks, what are the updates kind of deal. And I use it to collaborate with my admin and my social media staff. So it's just a really clean way to look at what the projects are for the month and for the week. Look at it, Trello, Trello.com. And then another recommendation is Airtable, and I also did a tutorial on Airtable because this is not only a collaboration app, but Airtable also helps you keep track of your customers and keep track of certain projects. It looks like an Excel spreadsheet, but with a lot more simplified functions that you would otherwise have a hard time with achieving through MS Excel. So if you're not an Excel guy or an Excel gal, I really am not. Actually, I find it, I use Microsoft Excel for very basic functions. I just like to list customers. Before I found Airtable, I just would have basic columns: customer name, birthday, date ordered. And because everything is so manual, the updates aren't very efficient. I end up getting lost in all of the updates within the workbook. So Airtable, because the cells or the table is so dynamic, and you have notifications, you have collaboration tools, and it's so easy to attach links in it. It's become my go-to in terms of tracking my customers and knowing when they should order next, what they ordered last, who I should greet on their birthday. But at the same time, the team has access to whatever workspace I'm working on. So if it's not a customer tracking table, or if it's a project tracking table instead, then the team can look at what you're working with, and then they can collaborate with you. So look at what works for you better. If it's Trello or Airtable, it's really up to you to decide which one of those fits your workflow. Last on this list is displaypurposes.com. So this is for anyone who's very active on Instagram and has a lot of trouble figuring out what hashtags they should use. So displaypurposes.com, it's really that, displaypurposes.com. It gives you all of the trending and hot hashtags that you should be using on your Instagram posts. So let's say you have a skincare business, and so one of the major hashtags you might want to use is hashtag skincare or hashtag beauty. So what you want to do, if you want to see related hashtags to this one major hashtag that you're using, you want to put it in on displaypurposes.com. So do hashtag beauty, and what this platform is going to do is list all of the trending hashtags related to that one main hashtag that you always use. And I just copy paste it and I post it on my Instagram. That's why I never lose more than a minute in figuring out what hashtags I should use, because I have that tool. So stop wondering about what hashtags you should use. Take a few seconds to just put in the main hashtag on displaypurposes.com, copy paste the trending hashtags, and off you go with your content. So again, simplifying. Now, guys, I'm gonna end with this one thing. I know I mentioned a lot of apps to you today, and I don't mean to overwhelm you even more. So I'm going to wrap it up with this one recommendation, and this is actually a very recent discovery. So I'm going to actually include you in this journey as I discover more about this. But with all of those apps that I had just talked about, how would you like to have just one place where you could have all of them and toggle between tabs if you're going to use them all the time? Just one place to access all your apps, all your mailing accounts, all of your messages on all of your Facebook accounts, and your inboxes on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Pages. How would you like them all to be streamlined and simplified by giving you access in one place? I love that idea. So to me, that place, I haven't decided on yet, but I'm gonna give you the category of this app, and it's a streamlining platform. So today I was looking at Shift. This is one name of an app, and tomorrow for my social media content and app highlight day, I'm going to give you my verdict as to which one of these options I like the most. But let me give you a preview of what I mean. So I went on tryshift.com. Let me just share this with you. Boom. Okay, so I mentioned a lot of apps with you guys, and Shift is just one place where you could put all of them and access all of your accounts and apps. So look at this. I mean, I really can't believe that it's taken me this long to talk to you about this, but you can add all of the apps that you find necessary, or you find that you always have to go to every single day. So I would type in here, for example, I mentioned Rebrandly. right? And my display is a little slow here, but all you need to do is download this platform, or go to this platform, search for the app, and then you can integrate it into this one place. So let me get back here. Okay, so I love this. There's a lot of options. Aside from Shift, you also have Fluid, Bazaas, and Station that I'm still kind of learning the differences and the different features, the different powerful features. Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. So here I search for Rebrandly, and see here it shows up as one of the apps that you can plug in to this one place. And yeah, you can just easily access all of your go-to apps in one place, and I really love it. So today, one of the things that I'm going to do is look at all of these streamlining platforms like Shift, Fluid, Bazaas, and Station. And tomorrow, I'm going to give you my verdict on which one is my favorite. And I'm also going to go into the differences in the features and the pricing, because I think two of these are actually free. So we can all figure out which one fits our lifestyle best, or our workflow the best. Because like I've mentioned earlier, all of us have our unique workflows, and sometimes it's just there's not one app that can solve the problem for you. So why don't just have one place where you can access all of the apps that you need, right? So tomorrow, that's what's going on. I'm going to talk to you about all of these streamlining platforms, and I'm really excited. So Irene, hashtags in Facebook were already enabled. I noticed that a week ago. Actually, you know what, Irene, hashtags have been enabled in Facebook for a while now. That like you can put hashtags, and you can actually click the hashtags and use it as a search function. It's just not been a popular way to search for content. But you know, if you have been using hashtags on Facebook, it's not been proven fruitful yet, just like or versus when you use hashtags on Instagram. But I'll do some more learning about that, and give you guys an update as to whether or not hashtags are worth it to use on Facebook. So guys, tomorrow again, I'll see you at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm really excited to get into these streamlining platforms with you. I hope that these apps help you simplify your life. Again, I will be posting a link to my blog to summarize all of the recommendations I gave you today, so that you just have one place to go to if you need a refresher on what these apps are. So guys, thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the 16 Ramos fan page. Bye.